projections.
Well, they can
There's no
project.
projections yet. The tickets haven't even gone on sale yet.
Okay.
Like, we're not going to get a clear idea of projections until
They're
at
going
least a
based
month
off
out.
engagement at this point.
Yeah,
Engagement. Yeah.
because again,
My daughter's looking forward, Donovan, to Smurfs.
tickets are going on sale next month, probably mid-June, a month before the movie comes out. Once that happens, we'll get a better idea what the projections actually are. Until then, everything is just conjecture, pure conjecture and speculation.
With some numbers you can go on is trailer views was really good, and I will bring that up right after this article because there is something to take from there. Okay, so Superman's projected opening weekend box office would break a box office record, topping this 9-year-old DCEU blockbuster. Okay, so it says by Sam Fang, movie is on track to break box office record held by one of the films from the DC Extended Universe. Is he going to source anything where he's getting this, or just saying it is himself? The film could pull in 175 million. Its opening, it could pull in 500 million, but it won't.
And again, if they're trying to get ahead of a story and create hype, they could be throwing out numbers just to get people excited.
The thing that gives this more credibility is not that it's from a scooper; it's that the scooper is Jeff Snyder, who's very critical of James Gunn. Recently talked about how massive Superman opening weekend could be. Talking on the Hot Mic podcast, Snyder said that Gunn's new Superman was tracking 170 million opening weekend in North America, not worldwide, North America.
What? Get out of here.
Although he was, that's fair. That's fair. Although he was skeptical that it would go. I think it's at least going to be over 100 million North America opening weekend.
Nobody was projecting Sinners to do what it did.
Yeah.
At all. And I'm just saying, like, these projections.
Here's the thing. If this movie clears 100 million opening weekend, that's a huge win.
That's a huge win.
Yeah, over 100 million would be a huge win.
And then this right here is to trigger Snyder Bros to give the article engagement, saying that it might beat out Batman v Superman.
Oh, Christ Almighty!
No, that's a tactic, Brian.
Oh,
that's how
because you take it personal.
No, I'm saying, you know how many people click on that?
Because you live in constant victimhood?
I do know how many people click on that, because I lived in a concentration camp filled with victims of the Snyderverse.
Okay.
Again,
you turned out strong here.
The constant victim mentality, the victimhood attitude is why I could say so much right now, but I won't. No, never mind. I'll be nice.
That's fine. Thank you. Thank you for being nice. Just
stop acting like victims all the time.
I didn't say. I said seriously, this is a tactic.
At least get over it. Jesus Christ! It's been 10 years.
Like, not everything is an attack.
I feel like I'm being attacked.
Not everything is an attack, though.
I was just saying this is a perfect way to trigger. Yes.
If an article lists that, hey, the biggest opening for a DC movie was this movie, and it could beat that, and it happens to be a Zack Snyder movie, that's not an attack. It's telling you a fact. Okay. Like, yes, this movie grossed this much. If it makes this much money, it beats this movie. That's not an attack. It's a fact. Like, it's not trying to, like,
yes, yeah.
It's an
attack. I'm just saying, like, I'm so annoyed by that.
I really think the movies are too close together and they're going to cannibalize one another, and it'll be like Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, Indiana Jones.
They could help each other.
That other film, they just destroyed each other that summer. They all destroyed each other.
Indiana Jones, though, that movie sucked. I fell asleep twice, 2 separate occasions in the theaters for that movie.
No, but I get it. But they weren't spaced out enough. They needed more space, and they weren't.
If the movie was good enough, people would have showed up.
Okay. I agree with that. Yes, I think if it was better, people would have showed up.
No, but that was a rough summer. I mean, was Dead Reckoning bad?
Yes, I thought so.
I mean, it was better than Indiana Jones.
Power of the Superman IP, in my opinion.
I actually liked Indiana Jones better than Dead Reckoning Part
I think Dead Reckoning, yes, that one was caught up in the Barbenheimer store for sure. That one specifically was caught up in the Barbenheimer store.
Now, let's go.
I don't know.
Let's just go down the panel. This is from Jeff Snyder. Do you think it's going to reach 175 million? I think it's possible. I think at least 125 billion to be, especially with those preview numbers, and that they haven't shown this whole movie like they did The Flash. I think that's used as an excuse for The Flash underperforming, but that was a factor. No one has seen the full movie except for the people in the test screenings, you know?
Well, also the closer we get to the release, you know, they're going to give up more because they always do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Sean,
not
you say absolutely not for 175.
Oh, absolutely not. No.
Okay. Just North America. Now, I thought you might have had a point when you said it's not, that's all worldwide.
No, I said worldwide opening weekend, 75 million US, 100 million overseas.
Okay. Voltaire, what do you think on these projections here?
So I don't like opening weekend, but I've been on record saying that I think Guardians 3 made 850. I think Superman beats Guardians 3. I think the IP for Superman, people are underestimating the IP. Okay, you can laugh. That's fine. I could be wrong. I think Superman beats Guardians 3. The concept that Guardians 3 brings more normies to the box office is ludicrous to me. These arguments that this bright Superman looks silly is ludicrous to me. This bright Superman is going to bring kids in. The doggy is going to bring women in. It's going to bring normies in. It's going to be 850. That's my prediction.
Crypto is, I think, to be fair, they've tried crypto before and no one got it to work like James. I never really liked crypto that much. Not that I hated him. I'm just like, okay, crypto's there.
That's because you hate dogs, Max.
No, I have a dog.
Yeah, and
Brian, I'm saying crypto really never really hit like he does now.
So you underestimate normie dog love, and you underestimate the IP of Superman. Everybody here, we're too in the weeds here.
Underestimate.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, I mean, when they tried Superman Returns, which was like a mock-up of the Christopher Reeves version, not enough people even showed up to have an opinion on that movie.
Yeah.
And that's the hope and all that stuff that people wanted to get back to, where they never wanted gone from the character.
Too bad. I mean,
I'm giving James Gunn credit.
James Gunn joined in on a Marvel machine that was started before him. All he had to do was make a competent movie, which he's a good director, and he was already in at a time when all those movies were bangers.
So Guardians of the Galaxy, characters nobody knew fourth.
Yeah.
Nobody knew.
All he had to do was make a competent movie, which he did, and he got swept up in the Marvel machine, which was, hitting on all cylinders at the time.
If you
did Guardians of the Galaxy right now as an original IP that was separate from Marvel, didn't have a Marvel badge on it, it wouldn't be the same.
I respect your opinion, Voltaire, but I completely disagree on that property. I had Guardians comics. I never thought it would do good. Like, even though I wanted to see it, I was like, I think only James Gunn could have succeeded.
That's what I'm saying. James Gunn made Guardians good.
I don't think James. Look at the first Ant-Man. It didn't have the success of Guardians, and that was swept up within that time period too.
There's a good comment. There's a good comment by John. Do you think CW's Superman and Lois sparked interest again? I do. It was a good show. I think it got a lot of people excited.
Well, I want to get. I know Brian doesn't like to speculate. You're liking the way the Superman trailer. Do you think it's going to hit anywhere near these projections, Brian? 175 million domestic. It doesn't need to.
I would say knock off the one, probably.
Over 75 million. Okay.
Yeah, nothing to be sad about,
I think it's over 100 for sure.
But I don't really have a horse in this race, so.
You're going to see it opening weekend, though, right?
All out of all three of these movies, the only one I'm going to go see is Superman. So.
And my wife confirmed again that she would go see Superman. She's like, "All right, I'll do it." I made her watch the new trailer.
But Voltaire is right to a point, though. You are forgetting about the cultural relevance of Superman. It's different.
I think crypto is more important than Superman in this marketing.
Just always know that it's less than Batman.
To be fair, he's been real prominent, but still.
That's a really good point. So hang on. Fourth makes a really good point because Batman only made 750 million, right? And Batman is a bigger property for DC. But Batman, and Sean, you said this, Batman wasn't for kids. It wasn't for toys. It wasn't for normies. It was dark.
Absolutely. It was dark. Okay? Yeah.
Superman at this point, Fourth, and again, your points are valid, Fourth. I'm not just fighting you to fight you.
Christopher Nolan's fault.
But it's very bright. It's very normie friendly. And I feel like this is gonna get the doggy. You guys are underestimating that stupid friggin' doggy. Okay.
But the Super Pets movie didn't do well. So
I know, but it's execution. It's execution.
I'll make one note that in this trailer that is supposed to be like their main trailer, the dog was barely visible in this one.
Bruce,
because I think they only say he's in like 4 scenes.
I was young.
He was in the last shot, though. Fourth, he was in the last shot.
Yeah,
right?
but that's not like sell me on that dog.
Last shot. He's saying I was young.
It's still uncanny valley. It's got dead eyes. Like it's not.
No, I was responding to Kingdom of Nerds. Hey King, hey Bruce. It had Guardians characters in the comic. I think it was the Infinity Saga. Some of those comics, Infinity War or something. You know, there was Silver Surfer in it. There was Adam Warlock. You know, there was the one with the Mohawk. Maybe it wasn't called Guardians at that time.
I thought you were gonna be like, I traded it in for an Archie comic.
No, my dad bought me random comics. Like I didn't follow like a line. He just like, this one was cheap. It looked cool. You know,
I read comics voraciously as a kid, and I didn't know who the Guardians of the Galaxy were. You know what I mean?
I really liked Silver Surfer back then. So
yeah, sure. So you're gonna love this girl.
No, I don't, and I'm even more upset. I'm even more upset that they have her in human form and not silver form, and I'm like, they're gonna overdo that in the movie. It's like
you're
really to me.
Come on,
I
you're gonna love this girl Iron Man coming out. You're gonna love all this stuff.
No, I'm looking forward to Ironheart because it doesn't really impact Iron Man's done. You know,
liar.
Okay, all right. Okay, it was Affinity. I don't remember which exact comic. I don't have it anymore. I didn't have a lot of them. Okay, so let's actually get to the.
You get everyone's take on it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead, RJ, and then fourth. I apologize.
Studio shill. Goddamn.
Go ahead. What do you think? You think 175 million? It's going to reach that? I think it's going to get close.
I'm not going to give any prediction because the tickets haven't got on sale yet. It's way too early.
My god! He had to play the game, RJ.
It's
just in your feelings.
Nobody's gonna clown on you, bro. It
is way too early. People need to calm down on both sides when it comes to this. Until tickets go on sale, nobody has any inkling as to how this movie is going to perform.
Jeff Snyder has the inkling. Yes. Can you give an inkling? Can you give something? God,
that's why it's just a guess. You're not gonna ruin some perfect record.
You ruined the clip out. You ruined the clip out. Give a projection.
He is pulling numbers out of his ass.
You're not gonna ruin your reputation here, buddy.
All right. Do you think over 100 million, RJ? Just feelings.
I would hope so, but I think we're in a really weird spot when it comes to these movies because
I've heard enough from RJ.
Because a great movie like Thunderbolts, which I thought was a great movie.
All right, RJ said 350.
People didn't care. People didn't care. People just didn't show up. I mean, it's it especially internationally, it's not doing very well. Audiences are very fickle, so it really depends.
Or we're just setting the bar too high for all these movies. They need to come down back to like half a billion and no more trying to shoot for $1 billion.
Yeah, Jeff was wrong about
that's what I was trying to say earlier about like it's a different time of this genre. Like you can't expect that kind of money anymore. It's just not there.
Now, do I hope?
I don't agree with that.
We're in a recession, man. I don't care how anyone shakes it. We weren't in a recession back in the day, you know.
I hope this movie is.
We're not in a recession right now, Sean.
I hope this movie is good. I hope
we're almost 2 consecutive.
Well, Jeff wasn't necessarily wrong, though. I will correct this. He wasn't necessarily wrong. He said there was mixed test screenings. That could still be accurate and still get the results you did. You don't know what people that they test screen. Sometimes they test screen families or are different groups of people to see if it's going to have wider appeal.
Which is why when he says it's Superman had bad test screenings, you have to take that with a grain of salt.
Yeah, you don't know what type of groups that is that accurate, Sean? That sometimes studios do different types of demographics when they do test screenings for
absolutely. Absolutely.
So you don't know what this is why you could cherry pick things either way with test screenings. You could find the one person that didn't like it and it's mixed, and then 99% loved it. You could do whatever you want with reporting on test screenings, really.
Well, they also said that he after the test screenings he cut 20 minutes out of the movie.
Not true. Not true.
Got it down under 2 hours.
That's
not
a rumor.
True.
I don't know.
Not true.
I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
100% not true.
Even if it's RJ says it's not. Even if it is true, that could be a good thing.
Judd has full control. He has final edit control. He is not, unless he decides.
He could have decided it
out of his movie. Everything's up to him.
Yeah, and he could have decided that after test screening, and that could be he could have been sitting back there and look at what the beats that they got, and like, I want to make
no, they fill out scorecards, they fill out stuff, and then those scorecards are compiled.
Anything could have happened.
And then they go through the scorecards, and then they see this, they didn't like this, they didn't like that, they didn't like this, and then you take those notes and you either re-edit or you don't. And
well, we do. I will give criticism to Zack Snyder. I think he should edit a little bit more. Maybe James Gunn with the test screening process is different, and he actually takes criticism and adjusts to make it poppier. Maybe that's why he's had such success.